Something we promised to preserve for the entire humankind is under threat.
Give me a break.
Who is it this time?
Omega.
I told you we should never leave him alone.
Can't he really become one of us?
It's too late for that. And now, what's your say?
I agree.
Well then, let it happen.
Nice place. You can feel the atmosphere.
I'm glad you came. In my opinion, we hit the nail on the head when we invited you to work with us.
Nice to hear that. I won't disappoint you.
Let's get to the point then. This used to be Marcel's workshop. Now it's at your disposal.
Has my predecessor
You can call him Marcel.
cataloged the contents?
Yes, he opened the chest, but unfortunately closed it before his death.
Marcel's dead? I'm sorry, I didn't know.
A tragedy. I didn't want to mention it earlier so you wouldn't get the impression you already got it.
You didn't want to discourage me?
People die. It happens.
What's wrong in here?
The wind, it rules the place.
True. It's difficult to get used to it.
Sometimes when it blows like that, it feels like a wall. You may feel like leaning against it or even lying down on it. Don't do that.
This place is impressive.
Yes, you can focus on your work here. Marcel considered this retreat in the tower as his private area.
I'm not surprised.
It's not like my place downstairs, especially the kids, these hordes of little savages. They tear everything to pieces.
The curse of school trips?
I love children, but I'm overjoyed once the season is over.
This chest I'm supposed to examine. What can you tell me about it?
Marcel left a report somewhere here. Basically, Paris treated itself to an expensive gift and suddenly lost affection for it.
And the facts?
16th century. Belonged to one of those Spanish nobles who brought the New World to its knees.
A marvelous age of sailing ships, legends, and incredible bravado.
You like these fairy tales too. It's rare in women.
I grew up looking out for adventure from my window as if from a crow's nest. My uncle's house was a galleon sailing out into a completely different tale every morning.
And where is this Isle of Blissful Childhood?
Everywhere. Malta in my case.
That's right. Your uncle lived there after all. His death was an irreparable loss for our whole community.
And a totally pointless one. Going back to the chest, who was its owner?
500 years ago, it belonged to Ponce de Leon. You know who I'm talking about?
The discoverer of Florida.
He was looking for the Fountain of Youth there. The chest, though, had its own vicissitudes. Through Spain, it reached Italy. In the 19th century, it disappeared, probably in a private collection, only to reappear unexpectedly at an auction in England.
Sounds intriguing.
Let me just add that its secrets are protected by a combination lock, and a very interesting one.
About Marcel, was it an accident?
Fell off the cliff. So if you feel like going for a romantic walk, better give it up.
I will, at least today. Did he work here for a long time?
Yes, one day too long.
He must have known the surroundings well, didn't he?
Theoretically. You know that Marcel was an expert?
But an underestimated one.
He was like a curious urchin. Maybe he was testing the hardness of the wind then. I know, that was stupid. One thing more. On such windy, cold evenings, we warm ourselves up with a bit of liquor. But as with every single thing in this world, you need to know your limits.
Are you asking me out for a drink?
Well, yes, naturally. Maybe tonight?
Thanks, but no thanks. Tonight, I'd like to rest.
I'm sorry, I guess that was a bit clumsy.
Never mind. Could you tell me something about the team?
Most of them are on vacation. Apart from the two of us, there are only Antoine the janitor and Claire the restorer.
Just one more thing.
Yes?
Basically, I'm here today just to get the lay of the land. I'm coming back home tomorrow, and then I'm going to Venice for a lecture. It'll take me a couple of days.
Right, now I remember you're promoting your book. Can I count on a copy with your autograph?
Obviously, once I return from Venice, as the whole edition is in Italy.
Perfect.
You've made me so curious, I'd like to start work today. I'll be able to think it over on my trip.
Ah, I knew you'd rise to the bait. In that case, I'll trouble you no more. But should you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thanks. I'll have a look around.
I'll see you later.
The retreat of a discoverer and a treasure hunter. What a thrill. Necessary for traveling abroad. Hello, I have nothing to copy, do I? Closed. I guess this is where Marcel kept the most precious documents. The reproduction depicts a gale. That's 8 on the Beaufort scale. A picture showing a pottery fragment. It looks like a spout of a jug. A fresh breeze, 5 on the Beaufort scale. A polished 16th century plate armor, a masterpiece of armorer's craft. Judging by the control panel, this 3D printer is carrying out a certain task. Judging by the control panel, now that's a place I like. The smell of wood, stone walls, books, and of a secret waiting to be found. A list of items from the chest. I should verify it. Such beautiful ornaments on the lid. These dials are a part of the combination lock, I guess. The chest is secured with a combination lock. Closed. I wonder what this lock protects. A spacious interior. Used to be a stateroom. The director is kind of stiff, but he's the boss after all. The painting on the vault comes from a different period than the walls. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun. I should ask the restorer for permission. A brilliantly reconstructed Viking boat. An epic battle scene. Looks like the beginning of the 18th century. Hello? Am I interrupting? Sylvie LaRue, archaeologist.
Call me Claire. You're very young for an expert.
I've just started working on that chest.
Tell me, where did you work before?
On Gazo.
Ah, yes, I've heard of it. Professor LaRue's a relative of yours?
My uncle.
Now it all makes sense. With such backing, it's not that difficult to become a workshop manager in a provincial museum.
Spare me the remarks. I'm a freelancer and I don't intend to stay here for long.
I don't believe you can make a living in this business with such an approach.
You can at least try.
Not a bad idea. Until you fall for some macho, you can roam around the world till your heart's content. After all, you can always count on your uncle to fix you up with a job.
My uncle's dead.
I'm so sorry. Don't be mad at me. I thought you were going to steal my post.
It's okay.
I'm just being mean. But it's all because of Marcel.
The boss told me that...
Told you about us?
No.
To be absolutely clear, we were a couple until recently.
I see. I'm really sorry about his death.
It was a difficult relationship.
Marcel was working on that chest. Did he mention anything?
He didn't mention anything else. This type of man, you know, I had to use all my womanly skills to distract him from work.
Did he tell you how to open the chest?
The combination? He had trouble with it. He called different people and asked around in Paris.
So I guess they told him.
I don't know, but don't call them.
Why?
You'll tell me I'm paranoid.
Naturally, unless you explain it to me.
Okay then. The guy there who was responsible for this chest?
Well?
He died of heart failure.
Some kind of ill fortune?
What else? You think Marcel got so loaded in the inn that he decided to fly around?
You mean the inn by the castle?
He didn't take drugs, that's for sure. Yes, you need to go along the cliff. But don't do it at night.
It wasn't an accident?
Let's drop the subject. I'd like to ask you a favor.
Yeah.
Don't make a fuss over the box. Don't call anybody.
I wanted to work on that lock on my own anyway.
Thanks. Look around the workshop. Marcel used to record some things on the museum dictaphone.
I'll find Marcel's dictaphone.
Just don't bring it to me, please. I couldn't bear listening.
Okay. Back to work.
Sylvie? You're all right. I think we'll get along.
I'm sure of that.